Hello everyone, Transporter Gaming here, and I'm back with another episode of the Need for Speed World Bucket List. Basically things that you have to do before this game ends entirely. Now, in the first episode we featured the Ford Police Interceptor. You gotta drive that car before this ends because it's really rare and it has phenomenal performance that you need to experience before this game closes. And the second one involves the car that I'm driving now, the Bugatti Veyron 16.4. It is the prize car that you must earn by achieving 5,000 achievement points, and you can do that now. If you're working hard on it now, you can get that now before the game closes in July. I guarantee you that. Now, most of you right now might be saying, "Well, this might not be possible because the game is ending. We can't buy speed boosts anymore." But maybe the guys at EA are working on it so that we can have things for cheaper. Hopefully they are. But besides all that, I know of one guy that did it without even spending a lot of money on speed boosts in general. Basically what he did was he bought a lot of IGC cars. He used his time wisely, and after all said and done, even with his good driving skills, he got to 5,000 achievement points and got his Veyron. Simple as that. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you what I did to get my 5,000. So basically, for me it involved a lot of car collecting. So I got my Audis, I got a couple of Caterhams, Chevys, Chryslers, everything. It also involves a lot of racing and a lot of installing of parts for aftermarket or performance, because those of the performance, or even skills actually, because those yield the most points. So what I did as far as racing goes, I did A, B, all of A, all of B, all of S, 125 of C, 50 of D, and 50 of E. And once you do that, that's basically what I did. You might choose to do all of it. It's basically up to you. But if you're gonna do all of it, that's 1,125 races to do all together. That might be time consuming, but if you work hard at it every day, and if you're a good driver and you pick the right cars for it, then it'll be good. So I might help you with. I think I can help you with the right cars for it. So if you're going to pick the right cars, well, I can probably show you what I did for A and B and maybe C. So if you're going to go IGC for A, if you bought the Marussia B2, then you are pretty good, because that car is basically it's a Zonda F without the nitrous and about a tad less acceleration here and there, but it's very, very good car. Also, we have another choice would be, if you bought it for IGC, the Porsche 911 GT2 996, because that car has pretty much all that you need: good handling, good acceleration, good nitrous and everything. Another car involved would be the Jaguar XKR, which is an IGC car now. It costs about 1.4 million IGC, if I'm correct. That's what I mostly use for A, along with the Z-Tune and the Zonda F. For B, I used the MR2, I used the RX-809, and I used the Eclipse Elite. I used those three. Now you can get an Eclipse regular for I think IGC. You could, I think, before. I don't think it's available anymore. The RX-8, I think you still can. Let's check while I'm here. I don't think you can, but I believe you could. A long way back, the 09. Where are you? Nope, you can. 600,000 IGC, and if you tune it up to the max with the performance you have lying around, you get up to 597, 599. I have mine tuned at 597, and I just wiped the floor everyone Rosewood and Central. And then the MR2 is another one that I used. That you can also get. Well, you could get it for IGC before, but now you can't. It's another good car. Well, it's sort of a B class king. Supposedly, if you're one for cosmic nitrous and all that, uh, willy nilly thing. Also, what you could use is, well, I think that's all that you could use. For C, I use the RX8, the regular one, the regular RX8. You can't buy that for boost now, but it's about the same as an RX809, so that's basically what you do. I also use the Mitsubishi Eclipse, the GST. You can't get that for IGC now, but I think you could beforehand, when it was an IGC special. What else is there? That's basically what I use for A, B, and C. For D, I used the Chevrolet Chevelle SS, you can get for IGC, and I used the Volkswagen Scirocco. That's another IGC car right off the bat. Go and get you that, and do all the bit you can do with that. For E, obvious Volkswagen Scirocco. That car is the E-Class King, E-Class Herald, and I don't think there's anything better than that for that class. So, as far as IGC goes, those are your top picks. Now, I don't know a lot about the S though, because as of now, there aren't any S-Class IGC cars that you can get, except of course the Porsche 911 GT3 RS, but that's pretty much it. Let's see, go to A class here. I don't know if any, well, there's the Bentley, but that's not really useful for S class though, because that's just, I mean, if you're lucky enough to go against 911 GT3s, but if you tune it up to the max, the car is pretty good handling wise, but not pretty, it doesn't have pretty good acceleration and not very good top speed. So I mean, there is the M1 Pro car, but then again, you're up against like what, your F1s, your Agaras, and everything. So that's another one. I don't think there are any other ones for S that I can think of that are really good. You could probably use the Jag XKR, but there's that. The CCX is another. Actually, the CCX is, yeah. Well, I'm getting to that. CCX is another good one, but that's not IGC though. But I don't think there are any others though. Yep, I don't think there are any other. Actually, if you did buy the Super Veloce Murcielago for IGC, then that's another good one. But that's pretty much it. LFA, no. Don't go with that. You'll be left in the dust. The Marussia, yes and no. It's still good, but no strong nitrous, so you'll be left in the dust by F1s and everything. That's best used for A class. Keep that for A class. 12C, probably, if you good enough. But that's pretty much it in terms of S-Class showmanship. So that's basically it in terms of achievement points in general. Collect cars, do your races, and if you have those IGC cars, tune into the max. And if you're a good driver, that's the important thing. If you have to be a really, really good driver, you have to know those tracks, well, not by hand, but you need to know how those tracks go around and everything. You need to contemplate the environment of the lobby and everything, so you can secure undefeated wins in the lobby that you're in, so you can secure your 875 for races and the rest of your 4,000 or so for collecting stuff and team escapes and everything, all of that. Treasure hunting is also a key part too, because if you're on a good streak, they award you a good amount of achievement points for those as well. So that's another thing. So that is it in terms of achievement points. Do all those to get your 5,000, get your Veyron, and you'll be golden, and you have done everything that you needed to do before the game closed. Well, most of the stuff you need to do before the game closes. That's the most important thing. You got to get the 5,000 before the game closes, or else, what are you doing there for? I mean, you could stick to 3,000 if you don't want the Veyron. I mean, that's up to you. I know a friend that hasn't even got to 5,000 yet. He doesn't really care. But I figured if you're going to do something, at least get to 5,000, because that you're entitled to that. You're entitled to the Veyron after you get it. It's free to you. Even if you don't use it, don't spend a dime. It's free to you, and you could just do whatever you want with it. So that's basically it for in terms of achievement hunting. Remember, rate, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you in episode 3.